Hi, this is Elisa Cho, Shanghai reporter for Mobile World Live, coming to you from Wing Wing Live. Today we are joined by two distinguished guests who will take us through 5.5G. I'm Yang Chaobing, board member, president of ICT Products and Solutions at Huawei. Welcome. Let's welcome Bo Gestelz, Head of Economic Analysis at GSMA. What relationship does 5.5G have with 5G and 6G? Must 5G first evolve to 5.5G?
5.5G 实际上是5G 的一个演进，它是在保护运营商投资的这个基础上进行进一步的技术创新。6G 它实际上是一个全新的这个技术但是6G 的话，现在 Vision 刚刚定出来，一般情况下从 Vision 到商用至少需要10年的这个时间。因此的话，就是说现在5G 已经规模部署了，我们怎么样进一步的通过在5G 的基础上进一步的做技术创新到5.5G 来满足不同场景的这个诉求。这个东西只能是靠 5.5G 来解决因此 5.5G 是从这个 5G 到 6G 的这个过程中的一个必经之路。因为现在很多客户的这个需求，很多行业场景这个需求已经非常清晰了。比如说它的网络体验必须要能够到万兆它的那个上行的这个能力必须做极大这个提升，新的物联网技术必须的引入，这些需求只能在 5.5G 这个时间段里面能够解决，我们不可能等到 6G 这个时代再来解决这个问题因此 5.5G 是 5G 向 6G 切换过程中的一个必经之路。
What is the progress of global 5.5G? Which country or regions are making rapid progress, Bo?
Yeah, so by the end of March this year, 38 operators had launched commercial 5G standalone networks, with 14 more expected to be launching by the end of this year. Actually, the Asia-Pacific region is leading the development of 5G standalone, with 5G services on standalone networks in Asia-Pacific accounting for about half of all the launches globally. China is one of the leading countries that have launched 5G standalone in the region. Other leading countries in the region have also launched 5G, like Japan and South Korea, and many more are actually planning to launch in the very near future. In total, nearly 130 operators from nearly 60 countries have either launched or shown intent to launch 5G standalone networks globally.
In your opinion, what is the greatest value of 5.5G for operators? What change will 5.5G bring to device consumers? In addition to device consumers, what scenarios or industries will be affected by the 10-fold network capacity improvement of 5.5G?
Right, it's a good question. Allow me to first say that most mobile operators around the world began their 5G deployment with the non-standalone version of the technology, which basically leverages the 5G protocols in the radio access network but maintains a 4G core network. This was very important because it allowed operators to launch 5G services more quickly than if they had to deploy everything at once. And this really helped make 5G the fastest mobile generational change ever. Now, this initial phase of 5G has really been a success and lays the ground for the next phase, which we are already starting to see in some countries. Last year really probably marks the end of that first phase and the beginning of the next one. In that year, we saw 90 countries with already live 5G networks, which is a 300% growth compared to the previous year. And by the end of the year, we had more than 1 billion 5G connections globally. Now, with the first stage of 5G rollouts complete in many countries, the focus is shifting to the next phase, which is 5G advanced and 5G standalone. And this really requires operators to deploy a new dedicated 5G core network, as well as new, more advanced protocols. Our global mobile survey of operators indicates that 20% of operators worldwide have already begun 5G standalone deployments, and 80% of them will be beginning these deployments in the next 3 years. The key question, though, is why this network transformation is important. And the reality is that it's crucial to deliver the true benefits of 5G in terms of latency, network slicing, IoT support, and all these really will enable new use cases that can be transformational, particularly for the enterprise sector. For example, just to make this a bit more, bring it a bit more to life. So IoT deployments used for the creation of smart cities, smart infrastructure in the utility sector can be very important. Smart grids capable of self-identifying issues on energy networks will start becoming normal. And really 5G Advanced will also allow low latency and high reliability applications, such as connected robots, drones in manufacturing, that have applications in many parts of the economy, such as logistics, health, and transportation.
5.5G 是在5G 技术的这个基础上做进一步的这个创新，它可以保护运营商现有网络的这个投资，帮助运营商增强这个网络能力，帮助运营商这个网络可以更好的服务于他的这个客户。对于消费者来讲，因为整个网络体验提升了这个10倍，就意味着消费者可以享受更快的这个网络速率。同时，由于上行网络能力的大幅提升，这样的话对消费者来讲，他做网络直播也好，未来对于 AI 这些应用也好，它整个效率也可以大规模的这个提升。本来像在 To B 的这个场景，在企业行业应用的这个场景，上行的这个流量本来就是比下行的这个流量大得多。在 5.5G 时代，它把上行网络的这个能力提升了这个10倍这样的话就是使得5.5G 这张网络在企业行业里面可以得到更加广泛的这个应用，帮助这个企业行业来实现这个数字化的这个转型。这样的话就是说可以让我们的这个运营商更好的服务于企业行业这些 To B 市场。还有一个是在 5.5G 时代里面会专门定义专门的这个物联网技术。实际上在 5G 里面物联网技术是没有定义在 5.5G 时代里面，它会定义 RedCap 会定义 Passive IoT 这样的一些物联网技术这样的话有可能把这个移动网络里面承载的这个连接数从现在的这个100亿拓展到这个1000亿，给运营商带来更多的这个商业机会。
I noticed you mentioned in your speech that 10 gigabit experience is the most important feature of 5.5G. What is the most critical path for technology to achieve 10 gigabit experience? What are the greatest benefits of these technologies to operators? For example, can SUL be used to reform operators' spectrum resources?
要达到这个万兆体验有依赖于新的这个频谱跟运营商现有的这个频谱能够更好的协同工作。新的这个频段主要是2块一个是6G 赫兹一个是毫米波。怎么样能够让6G 赫兹跟毫米波频段跟现在运营商sub6G 的这个频段能够有效的一起工作？这是一个达到万兆体验的一个核心要素。从华为公司做技术验证这情况来看，如果我们在6G 赫兹上用400兆的这个频谱，我们是能够达到10Gbps。同样在毫米波上也是一样，我们通过毫米波的这个大带宽，在下行达到10个 Gbps， 这个在技术上也是可行的因此的话，就是说在 5.5G 时代，实际上我们需要把6G 赫兹这个频段跟毫米波这个频段的这个大带宽能力，跟下面sub6G 以下这个频段能够有机的这个结合起来。这样的话，既能够让整个移动网络达成一个比较好的一个覆盖，同时又能够提供万兆的这个体验。至于当这个峰值速率达到万兆的时候，在这个移动网络里面，在城区消费者才可以享受到1Gbps 无处不在的这个体验。上行一直是 5G 技术的这个短板因此的话，就是说在 5.5G 时代里面，我们必须得解决上行体验差的这个问题。只有解决了上行的这个问题， 5.5G 技术才能够在企业行业场景里面得到规模的这个使用。SUL 实际上是解决上行问题 最佳的一个技术化，尤其是对一些 TDD 频谱比较多的一些运营商，是可以把某些频段用作 SUL， 这样一方面解决了这个上行的这个体验问题，另外一方面也可以让整个网络的这个能耗大幅降低当然了，这个 TDD 频谱用作纯上行，需要在相应频段上的这个运营商能够做好协调，大家一起共同努力才能够达成。
In a research collaboration between GSMA Intelligence, the Economist Group, and Huawei, we explore the impact of information communication technology, ICT, investments on the global digital economy. The report highlights some of the impacts so far and new opportunities and challenges ahead.
Yes, so as we all know, digital transformation has large economic impacts, and most importantly, is underpinned by large investments in digital infrastructure. And there is actually a large body of econometric evidence that shows that there are strong linkages between, on one hand, ICT investments, and then economic growth and employment and productivity growth. For example, GSMA Intelligence conducted economic research that finds that over a 20-year period, on average, a 10% increase in mobile adoption increased GDP by 1%, with the effect increasing by approximately 15% when connections upgrade from one mobile generation to the other. So from 2G to 3G, from 3G to 4G, and now from 4G to 5G. As a result of that, approximately about 7% of all the global GDP growth that we have seen over the last 20 years can be actually attributed to the role and the eruption of mobile and mobile broadband networks. 5G clearly represents the opportunity now to accelerate economic growth further in a post-pandemic world. We do estimate that by 2030, 5G will represent approximately 600 billion in terms of additional GDP value to the global economy, which works out at that point at around 1% of GDP. Now, these benefits are not really limited to the ICT sector. That's important to understand. So since 5G is a general purpose technology, it serves as a key input to other services, and it means that the impacts are expected across pretty much all sectors. Manufacturing, services, retail, they will all take advantage of the technology and be able to develop new services and products using new use cases such as enhanced mobile broadband, fixed wireless access, low latency communications, and massive IoT. All these benefits will increase if 5G connectivity is accelerated in the medium to long term, especially in emerging markets.
Thank you both for your fascinating insights. And thank you for joining us today at WinWin Live. Catch you next time.